upon a time, there was a young girl who dreamed beyond her means. Dirty and poor, she lived in a trailer and shared a room with her brother. Clothes from the local superstore, no Levi's or Tommy Hilfiger for her. She dreamed in color while living in a world of black and white. A boozing dad and an angry mom, she was raised by those around her. The bartender wherever her father played guitar and sang his country blues songs. Or a friend of her mother who was keeping things cordial, hearing her parents' latest big blow up. In a town of only 800, every mentor knew a child's backstory. I was usually late on Tuesdays because of my dad's band rehearsal that ran late the night before, leading my mom to turn off the alarm for an extra coveted hour of sleep. Or, better yet, my brother and I got distracted on the walk from our house and started throwing things at one another. Looking back now, school was my refuge. One building for the entire elementary school, a group of 4 buildings for the junior high/high school. The campus was located on one small city block. We had no football field, only a baseball triangle with dugouts that were constructed from plywood. That red brick, one-story building with its unmanicured lawn held my hopes in its heavy doors. I learned to read, had my first kiss in the big red slide in the front playground. I was a kid who was placing gifted and talented, throwing my attention into any subject I felt consumed by. I was repeatedly voted class favorite. That small rectangular building was my confidence maker. Later, in high school, just feet away from the elementary building, I gained my footing. Those hallways saw angry spats over boys and stolen kisses during study hall, even sneaking out of class occasionally to grab a coat and chit-chat in the forbidden teacher's lounge. The gym, old and smelling of stale popcorn, sweat, and cotton candy, saw district championship ball games and stands full of screaming fanatics, clapping and stomping, exuding team spirit from every pore. We loved, and still love, our Bobcats. Those old coaches will forever be known by their students as coach. Teammates, forever held by the bonds of team spirit. 10 years later, I pull up to the school grounds with my 2 young sons in the backseat of my car. We were visiting my parents, and I wanted to show my young boys where their mother had learned so much. As I turn off the car and get out, I realize that deep inside, I long to see my name still on that small piece of concrete that lined the elementary school. I know those cracks and bumps on the sidewalks like the alphabet, every crease and every cranny. I want to see my sons jumping over those same holes, putting their hands in my tiny handprints that are immortalized in crushed rock. When I walk up to the red brick building, I stop. Tears running down my face. Looking through the glass doors while I walked into English class countless times, I see no poster broadcasting "Just Say No," or the traditional formatted framed portrait of senior photos from each class. I see dirt, I see grime, I see broken windows and vandalism and flood damage and mold. A roach crawls across the floor, yellow and green, disgusting with growth. Spray paint covers my handprints with neon pink and grass green. The silence is shattered by my tiny 2-year-old's voice. Mommy. Ew. My stomach turns. Vandals, those with no respect for what it stands for, demeaned my school with spray paint, rocks cracking the glass. I wonder if they ever attended school there, and I am almost certain that they did not. They could not have known Miss Coleman, her loving heart and her billowing laugh, or Miss Starks and her ever-loving soul and always a willingness to reach and teach those around her, or even Coach Horton and his leaf collection of horror stories and his dry sense of humor, or Mr. Craig and his unbelievable, infallible faith in his students. They could not have gone there and vandalized it. They could not have willingly shut the school down. They just couldn't have. But they did. And now it is a school now forgotten. I turn slowly and pull my sons away from the damage and despair and walk the opposite direction. I can nearly hear the laughter and shouts of "Bobcats forever!" dissolving in the distance, and as we walk down the block, I force myself to abandon all hope, for the refuge in the red brick building is now gone forever.